This is coming from the most unexperienced person, but I bet you'll find one or two wisdoms from it. Come along with me. Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel once again. This is I find myself recording videos very spontaneous. I need to film this and I'm filming this. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Modesola. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. To be very honest, I'm really glad to have you here. To my newest subscribers, and to my already existing people, I love you all. Today we're going to be talking about, to be very honest, I don't have a title for this yet, but let's see how it goes. Today I'm going to talk about things we must do in our 20s. Yes, that's it. 3 things we must do in our 20s. These 20s, I don't want to say crazy, but please make me a baby again. And I just want to set this straight. See, your 20s is like a time of discovery. It's not a time you have it all figured out. So don't assume that you should have it all figured out. And when you do not have it all figured out, you start being hard on yourself. No, the 20s is a time for you to figure it out. So don't spend the time meant to figure it out to be complaining that you have not yet figured it out. Take it a step at a time and figure it out as you go. See, let me tell you, life in your 20s is not meant to be perfect. Life in your 20s is not meant to be so sweet. Your 20s is like your growth process, and you are just learning new things. You are just aligning to who you are. So what are the 3 things you must do in your 20s? This is not like the only 3 things you must do. I'm just saying these are parts of the important things you must do in your 20s. Number 1, you must discover yourself. Growing up, there are different, I think you are this, I think you are this, or I think you look like your mom, I think you behave like this. People tell you that. But in your 20s, when you are grown and mature, is when you discover who you truly are. It's when you discover, what am I living for? It is when you discover, what do I really want to do? I know there are some certain countries we are in, and because we studied a particular course in school, we think this is the career we want to go into. No, your 20s is when you discover what you actually want to do, your passion, your hobbies, what you love, what makes you you. You discover these things in your 20s. So one, you must know yourself. You must know who you truly are, not what people say you are or not what people say you should be. You must know who you are for yourself. Very frank, honest, your 20s is a time for building. Most of us, we need to build ourselves to be strong emotionally, psychologically. We really need to build ourselves to be strong. Most of us, growing up, we do not have the right mindset about life. Growing up, we tend to adapt the kind of mindset of people that we find around ourselves. We tend to adapt the kind of mindset of the environment we find ourselves in. So we need to grow up and build our mindset by ourselves. I'll tell you something, like I said earlier on in the first point, your 20s is a time for you to discover yourself, to know what you really want to do, for you to try out different things, and for you to, explore life. Not in a bad way. In as much as you need to explore, in as much as you need to explore your environment, you need to know what is happening. You have to live consciously, do the good things and do the right things that are good for your body, things that are good for your mind, okay? So in your 20, you need to grow up and train yourself on who you want to become. These things don't just happen out of the moon. It's a continuous work. Like, you need to work towards who you want to become. I saw a video, a TED Talk, saying that you can train your brain, and I think the right time you can actually train your brain is now. I don't know if you are with me. I'll say it again. Don't give up when you are yet to start. Don't. Okay, because most of us just think that, in our 20s, because it's a bit difficult now, things are not going your way, you're not getting your desired course to study, you're not getting the job you want, you're just giving up. Why are you giving up? You are yet to start. So brace up, get up, and get moving. Which takes me to my last point, which is you need to live and do. In your 20s, live and do. There's no time for mindless scrolling. There's no time for sleeping away. In your 20s, you need to get up and get doing. I'm sorry, I'll say it calmly. In your 20s, you need to get up and get doing, because it is the life you live now that is going to result to your tomorrow. It is what you do now. There's a common saying that says, "Is as you lay your bed, so you will lie on it." I'm gonna tell you, by the time you are in your mid-30s, you are in your. And when I say work towards the kind of life that you want, I don't mean that you need to do extraordinary things. It's just as simple as developing some habits, taking up some skills. Like in your 20s, for instance, decision making is very important because you find out that you're the one making your decisions now. Your parents are no longer deciding everything for you, even if they still decide some, but they no longer decide everything for you. So in your 20s, you need to take up real good skills like problem solving, because let me tell you, not like I said, I'm not like the most experienced, but I'm going to tell you that you are going to face problems in this life. You are going to face problems, and that's another mistake we make. Most of us want to live our life without expecting problems. No, if I'm to define life, I would define it as a moment of ups and downs. The downs must be there for you to value the ups, and the ups must be there for you to value the downs. So yes, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. I'm afraid of making mistakes. Recently, I made a very big mistake. I made a very, very big mistake. But you know what? As of today, if I'm to experience anything similar to the mistake I made earlier on, I think last month, it's not going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. It's not gonna. It's not gonna happen again because I have learned. You learn from it. Like, I'm more determined now. I was even at some point I was glad I made a mistake because it made me to sit up. It made me to rearrange my life. Like, oh, I have a value. There's a value. Stay free.